Don't thug her. All right, another great installment of the Academy Sports Show right here in your ears. We appreciate you guys. Press and play. If you're out in podcast land, we appreciate you. If you're on SoundCloud, thank you. Thank you for pressing play. Make sure you subscribe, and you can also comment live on that as well. Or if you listen on that Purple Podcast app on your iPhone, you search Academy Sports Show, you found us. Subscribe to us, man, and to make sure all those episodes get downloaded on your phone, as well as aux cord ready when you're in the car, going to work, headed to the gym. We are ready for you. Your sports show's favorite sports show is live right now, and we're live on the YouTube. The YouTube being Academy Sports Show. Follow us there. Trigger that bell. That way you get the notification every time we go live. My phone just lit up. His phone just lit up. We got the notification. Did you? Well, time to trigger that bell so you'll get the next episode, because we want to see you. We want to see you in the comment section live, giving your opinions and thoughts and letting us know what you think. Great show for you today. Joel will give you the rundown of what's happening. He's also going to get live on his Facebook page. So we expect a lot of interaction on today's show. A lot of stuff has happened. But before I get too far, my name is Andre Douglas, one of your hosts, and the other host is right next to me. His name is Joel Williams.
What's up, everybody? It is a Wednesday in the special Wednesday edition of the Academy Sports Show.
Special episode.
You know, when we got our own place, we can do what we want to do. And because of children and their activities, we have to make adjustments. So welcome to the show. We appreciate you joining us, as always, on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever you are, on SoundCloud, on the Apple Podcast app if you're listening. Tonight's show, you know, kind of a light time in the sports world. We're going to do our NBA All-Star recap. Many of you enjoyed probably All-Star weekend. A lot took place. You had All-Star Saturday night, three-point contest, skills contest, dunk contest. And I'm sure by now we've all had a chance to debate what the outcome of that was and whether or not you agreed with that outcome. So we will share our thoughts. Plus the game. Did you like the new format? The competitive, the extremely ultra competitive fourth quarter, first to 24, in honor of the late, great Kobe Bryant. Did you like the new format? What did you think about the game? Word on the street is the NBA plans to keep the format going forward. So we'll talk about that. Plus, in other news, the NFL released today 14 playoff teams likely in the new NFL CBA, which now expands the playoffs. Wild card weekend has an extra game, and only the top seed will get the bye. So we'll discuss that. Also, Beeline out in Cleveland, resigns. However, he will have a role in the organization. We'll talk that a little bit, at least I will, because it's Cleveland. And Lions talk. Draft is actually combine's around the corner. Draft soon to follow. The Lions, with the number 3 pick, are in the talk of the NFL. All these things that they could do with that pick. We're a local sports show and a national sports show. So because we're in Michigan, we got to have that discussion too. So that and much, much more. Again, appreciate you joining us. See people coming into the live feed already. What's up, Lamar? What's up, Kobe? Yep. Hopefully, Block M is about to get that dub tonight. Things have been going well. As always, the great Tiffany Douglas is in our live feed waving hello. So we'll say hi to her and the family as well. But it's that and much, much more tonight on the Academy Sports Show.
Yes, and we definitely appreciate you guys logging in and saying hello. Make sure you stay throughout the episode, and make sure you drop your comment in live, so that way, you know, we know all the opinions that are going around. But we love our sponsors here at Academy Sports Show. One being Vaughn's Plumbing, both licensed and assured. Vaughn's Plumbing provides top quality services at great prices, whether it's getting up to cold, waterproofing, or daily home services. Call the man.
313-304-7786.
VaughnsPlumbing.com gives you a map of all the areas that they service, as well as the services that they provide. But we suggest you call the man.
313-304-7786.
Because he is the real MVP.
Also, if you are looking to feel a little better because you've been working out, you've been a little sore, trying to get in your New Year's resolutions, if you still do that. But you've been in the gym a lot. You've been working out, trying to get that new body, getting ready for the spring. Since the groundhog saw his shadow and spring's supposed to come early, you might be a little sore, need somebody to help you out. Well, you should call the folks over at Be Well Massage Therapy. Be Well Massage Therapy, they have a special going on right now. New client special alert, new client special alert. New client special says all new clients will receive an additional 15 minutes added to their massage services if you book between January 1st and February 29th of this year. So you still got time, still got about 10 days left to get this special deal. All you got to do is hit them up at 313-472-5048 for appointments and bookings, or you can email them at bewellmassagetherapy@outlook.com. Again, that's bewellmassagetherapy@outlook.com. Check them out, ask for their packages, ask for that special service, and tell them the fellas from the Academy Sports Show sent you. And let them know that all we want you to do is be well.
All right, let's get into it. I powered up my iPad the other day. And, I used to take that iPad everywhere when we first started the show.
Yeah.
Notes from 2014, 2015. And I was looking at all the show prep that I used to do just to get into the show.
Mm-hmm.
And, how much I had to know about Tigers baseball and hockey and all that sort of stuff. It's been a while since we had a baseball.
A long time.
Since we had a baseball topic. But this thing is kind of a firestorm. It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, kind of.
So we hinted to it a couple months ago when the thing first broke about the Astros cheating scandal, bang on the trash can, bang on the trash can for a curveball, bang on the trash for breaking ball, and it kind of was that at that time, and now it's kind of evolved, and the commissioner got involved, and he said it was kind of a player-only thing, but then the players didn't get reprimanded, and now everybody has an opinion on how this is supposed to go. The game's best player, Mike Trout, had something to say about it. The teams that were most affected by it, the Dodgers and the Yankees, they feel some type of way about it. They feel slighted because they didn't get a chance to get a ring out of it. And one of the biggest athlete stars in our generation, LeBron James, tweeted about it. So I felt like we would deal with disservice if we didn't at least, put our spin on it as well.
Right.
I see a lot of stuff that we say make it onto ESPN anyway. So
right.
They're listening. I like to think, So you are the baseball aficionado in this room right now. I know you watch the sport closely. It's dear to your heart. So I want to ask you, one, your feelings about how the commissioner is handling the situation. And two, how do you think it should have been or still can be handled?
Well, one, is very disappointing to see this being handled the way it's being handled. I mean, Manfred just seems disconnected, just real disconnected. He reminds me of a person who is trying to portray this image of being contrite and really having a heart for baseball and really doing what was necessary for the game. But it's not coming across that way. It's really coming across as disingenuous. He's laid out this punishment where a number of people have lost their job. And when we say a number of people, let's talk the Houston Astros coach.
Now, did he make them get fired, or did the organizations step in?
The penalty was a mixture of the organizations firing their general manager, firing their head coach. And then baseball has also done multiple investigations, which ultimately caused the Red Sox manager to be fired.
Yep.
The Red Sox are now under investigation. Carlos Beltran was the New York Mets manager for all of 2 days.
Didn't even manage a game.
He didn't even get to spring training. And the unfortunate and disappointing part of this, to answer the second part of your question, is I don't like how players weren't punished. And clearly the reason that players weren't punished is because they're about to have a collective bargaining agreement discussion here pretty soon where they're going to have to renew their CBA. And if you go after the players, you're going to have a major issue with the MLBPA and that's going to put a strain on your negotiations.
Okay.
So he's not saying that, but everybody knows that that's the reason why players didn't get shots. The even more disappointing and saddening part of this is that backfired because there are players now coming out and saying this shouldn't have happened. They didn't get punished. Why not?
Right.
They cheated. We were cheated out of our rightful, place in baseball history.
Right.
Guys lost their jobs. Stanton comes out and says, I'd have hit 80 home runs if I knew the pitch was coming.
Right.
Trout the other day said, if you let me walk up to a plate and know what's coming, it's over. Like, it's a wrap. So the fact that now players are responding, the fact that now Dusty Baker has had to come out and say that the league needs to protect the Astro players because the way that they resolve things in Major League Baseball is they throw baseballs at you.
They got their own rules.
They got their own rules. And here's the problem for Major League Baseball. Cheating is a part of Major League Baseball.
Always has been.
Always has been. If you played it, I played when I was in high school and played softball, stuff in college stuff. So the rules are very similar. If you are in an environment where there are signs being communicated, one thing that you're always trying to do is figure out what's the signal.
Right. Every
baseball set of signs comes in one form. The way it happens is if I'm watching my coach give me signs, there is an indicator sign, and then whatever follows that indicator sign is what's happening. So in a series of all this, you see it made fun of all the time. Probably we all know if you see the rub of the chest and then you touch the knee in the process of everything else, that's the steal sign. Gotcha. So if I'm trying to figure it out, I'm trying to figure out what's the consistent indicator. The fact that they use video support, they used a camera that was in center field. And the fact that you beat on a garbage can, the fact that you created a computer program for this.
They relayed that information very quickly.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
So the fact that you did this means that this thing was deeper than deep. And so it's weird because you know that element of cheating is there because that's what you're always trying to do. But for them to, I guess, take it this far, it's created like this weird double standard to where the players are trying to play this. The Astros players are trying to play this. Oh, didn't really know, or well, we were just doing baseball.
And I think that was really another thing too.
Yep.
Altuve and some of those guys were really unapologetic. The first go around.
Yep, unapologetic. And there's other video out there. There's a video of him grabbing his jersey, and he looks like he's saying, "I have the buzzer on. I have the." So there's all these video. The internet nowadays. You got all these playbacks looping, and these guys are acting like it's no big deal. Mm-hmm. But then you got guys on the team that said, I went to management and wasn't comfortable, but they said that after leaving the team. And then you got guys that aren't pitching anymore because y'all tattooed them when they pitched against you.
Right.
So
and then you got a guy, what's my man from the Dodgers? Kershaw.
You got Kershaw, ruined his legacy. You got the MVP, the National League MVP from the Dodgers. They stole a title from us.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting worse and worse. And as a fan of the game, it saddens me, but they'll get through it. The thing is going to be interesting is how they police it within the game. Because as we said, the way that they work things out is they throw baseballs at your head. That's how they work it out.
Yeah.
So every team that plays them, what is this going to look like when the season starts? That's the thing. Is it going to start in spring training?
Yeah.
Is it going to start in the race? That's the thing. And this isn't going away. This is easily a whole year of this, another 2 years of this. This isn't going away until somebody else wins the World Series. And I think people want to see the Astros suck. And so many things have to happen for people to feel better about this, but it's not going away.
Yeah, I was watching Around the Horn the other day, and the guy was saying that the over-under in Vegas is 80 the times that the Astro players are going to get hit this year.
Oh, my God.
In Vegas.
Oh.
Baseball got their own set of rules. If you're not going to punish them, they're going to get punished every day.
Yep.
And one of the columnists made up a point like, well, you have to do something because it's going to get to the point where the players who are hitting them are going to get a worse punishment than the people that cheated and won a World Series.
Absolutely.
So like
double standard.
It's going to look bad throughout the whole season. As that, you can put whatever reprimands you want on it. They're going to get hit. They're going to get punished. And now you got a guy who hit a guy with a baseball getting days or weeks, when the guy who cheated to get the World Series didn't get anything, not even a slap on the wrist. So
it's gonna be unfortunate.
How far should have this gone? How far should have this gone? I did it again. How far should this have gone?
There you go.
Take away the trophy, put an asterisk on it, take away the MVP, take away their postseason eligibility for this year. Take away games suspended, but how do you manage that? Like, put a babysitter in the locker room to make sure, just treat them like infants. Like, what would have been enough for this backlash not to happen?
I think an asterisk should have gone on the records. I think it's hard to take the trophy away, and this is controversial because a lot of people believe that you should take the trophy because you can't. You now essentially can't prove that they didn't use this technique. Although there's no games record, there's no video evidence of it happening in the World Series. 2017, it happened numerous times throughout the season. There's no evidence to support it happened on the home run to send them to the World Series over the Yankees. But now all the doubt is there. So you have to asterisk. I think you should have taken draft picks away. I think that players should have gotten suspended because I think keeping the trophies fair only because you have players on that team that have openly said this was not comfortable. Some of us did not like this. But I think it's hard for me to believe that some of these players didn't enjoy or bask in taking advantage of the system. Like the stars on the team. So I think guys should have gotten suspended. Now, again, how do you choose which guys get suspended? Because, yes, you've got video evidence of all these players being successful in the moment. But now, how do you prove that they were willing participants? How do you prove? There's so many things, right? So I think the team should have lost draft picks. I think there should have been a financial fine. I think that the GM and the managers definitely should have gotten fired. There just should have been more impactful things done. Now the whole league's going to, in essence, I don't want to say suffer, but now there's just strict rule now on the videoing of the games and all that. But now these harsh requirements are being put on teams that were playing fair.
Right.
But then at the same time, were they? Because that's another issue I have is there seems to be a little bit of a lack of transparency here with all these other investigations. Because did you guys find out that maybe more teams were doing this than you thought? And they just weren't using a garbage can like the idiots down in Houston? I don't know. But you don't want to taint the game. But baseball has made it through steroids. It's made it through the Black Sox gambling issue. It's made it through a lot of different things. It will make it through this, but I think there definitely should have been more done. You have to do something to the players. That's why you have players that are so mad now because nothing was done to the players.
Yeah, and those examples that you're giving and even the things that were done is all organizational things, right? Like they punish the organization. So in that effect, then you do have to either take away the trophy or let them have the trophy and give no rings out, like
sanctions or something.
If you can't pinpoint a player, then you don't get no ring. Like you don't get recognized as a champion. You can't flaunt no championship ring, and you can't have no trophy. Like something that you supposedly work so hard for, or other people are working hard for. Like you have to take that ultimate goal away. Like something like I can take all the draft picks away from the Astros and money and all that stuff, but the player's not getting impacted, right? But if I take that ring from you, you're gonna feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Like you're not recognized as a true champ. Oh, we won the World Series. Well, show me the proof. Where's your ring?
Right.
Where's like you're not allowed to put up a banner on that championship. Like when people come to your home field, like no, it's not recognized. Like it has to be something impactful because I know I would feel some type of way, just like LeBron's tweet. Like if you took a championship away from me and I know I got there legit and I found out later on that you didn't do it the right way, Like, one, I'm not getting that championship because that's just not how sports work.
Right.
But two, now you get to flaunt this in my face as if you're a champion.
Yep.
And you're doing it in a way that's really unapologetic. Yeah, we did it. Get over it. It is what it is.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Manfred, the commissioner, he makes a statement about the trophy and says, "Oh, it's just a piece of metal." So now you got issues. I mean, because people
now you devalue the thing that
blood,
they're working for.
Tears, man. These guys
work
and these guys work year round.
Yeah.
Listen, pitchers and catchers and everybody has reported.
Sport.
It's February. They're down in Arizona and Florida right now getting ready for a season that starts in April, and then they play 162 games.
Yeah.
It's a very long season. And then you play, if you're playing in the playoffs and make it to the World Series, you're playing in late October.
Yeah.
That's February to October, people. And for you to sit up and say that, oh, it's just man, this is, and you know what? This is why people are mad, and they deserve to be mad. And baseball deserves this black cloud because it is definitely a black cloud. And if it's found out that other teams are doing it, then it's going to get even worse. And I think, unfortunately, that is where we're headed. I think they're going to find out that the Red Sox had something going on. I think they're going to find out that other teams had something going on. And I think more heads should roll because of it. And more heads probably will roll. But then how do you prove to the fan that it's cleaned up?
Yeah.
How do you do that? How do you tell the kids not to cheat and you guys cheated? So it's disappointing.
Yeah, I remember they had one thing on the ticker, JD Martinez. He was like, man, we got to get over this because, especially with people looking into the locker room, because I use video to watch my at-bats. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, how far are they going to take this away? Like, this affected me to the point where I can't go through my normal, routine, as a professional. Like, my at-bats, I can't go through and break down my stuff. But like you said, like, probably everybody cheating.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
And it would be hard to make every hand roll.
Yep. It'd be hard to get everybody in on it. And listen, for the sake of the game, if those of us that are fans, we want to see this game being played in the next 5 to 10 years, then you're going to need that collective bargaining agreement to be agreed on. You're going to need a new CBA. Now, the bigger issue I think that baseball even has there is there's no revenue. Their revenue sharing is horrible. So I'm a fan of a small market team that's got a star in the making on it in Frankie Lindor. And he's got 2 years remaining on his contract. And all the news is whether or not we're going to trade him before, he leaves.
Yeah.
And the sucky part about that is if you're a small market team and you grow talent, this is a kid that's come up in the organization, and then he wants to be in Cleveland. He's already come out and said, I love it here. I want to win here. I want to work it out. I want us to work. But then at the same time, the man deserves to be paid like the rest of them if you guys are going to allow that to happen. So baseball has no salary cap. So there's an issue there. So we always tell our kids, hey, listen, really, you want to get the guaranteed money, learn how to hit a ball with a stick.
Hey, if you get a curveball,
you're good.
You can be a millionaire until you're 40.
Exactly. you can be Bobby Bonilla still getting paid.
Yeah.
You get Rodriguez, J-Lo's fiance, still getting paid by the Yankees and the Rangers.
Cal Ripken played into his early 40s.
Exactly. So it's disappointing. I'm a fan of the game. I love to see a lot of things change. This definitely doesn't help. And I hope that they get this under control because it's like every day the story gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how that goes.
We got an update from the Michigan game, 55-48 with 2 minutes to go. Kobe, thank you for the updates.
Hey, without Beeline.
Right.
Hey, what a pivot. All right, let's do some local stuff. We talked to Little Lions last week. There's some more little nuggets that came up, but I want to talk about your boys, man.
Oh, God.
I want to talk about your boys. Oh. The new Andre Drummond led.
Oh, God, that sounds horrible. Like Cleveland.
Yeah, listen, I saw a little article that was like 2 weeks in Cleveland, and Andre Drummond was like, this dude got to go. Like, this is worse than Detroit. Like, when you're not in the culture and you come into a culture, be like, oh, no, this ain't right. Like, if you want me to, opt in next year.
I really don't, but okay.
If you want me to opt in next year, this guy got to go. So they said that was another driving force of why they kicked this dude out. We've covered it. We've been through the slugs and thugs thing, and now he's officially gone. This is your fourth coach in under 2 years with the Cavs. I mean, bro, like what's going on with your Cavs, bro? I'm gonna give you some time here.
This is I hate this. I hate this. This is the worst. Like, you love it when your team is on top, but it's agonizing at the bottom. Listen, man. First of all, Andre Drummond, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm not even gonna do that. That's fine, Andre. You got your opinion. Have your opinion, and it's fine. I'm not even gonna dog you about it because at the end of the day, this is clearly, all jokes aside, when you look at all the stories that have come out, it's a bad situation.
Okay.
It's a flat out bad situation. So I'm not even gonna go in on Andre and his 2 cents because you've only been there a couple of weeks. You're not really worth much anyway, but okay. At the end of the day,
yikes,
it's bad, and he resigns, and that's good until I read he still has a position in the organization. I love Beilein. Let me be clear. Michigan, man, brought our program back to where it is today. Thank you very much. I was actually sad to see you go. I was happy to see you going to my team in Cleveland because I was hoping you could be successful because this is one of the greatest coaches, nice guy, never been an assistant, came up in the college ranks.
I was just going to say something else.
We know the story.
It's one of the greatest organizations you can play. I was
no, it's not. Unfortunately, the owner of this organization is horrible. And it's like why my sports teams can't get it right in Cleveland, I don't know. But it's tough, y'all. It's like being a Detroit fan. Okay?
I knew it was going to find its way, right? Okay. I knew it was going to find its way.
I have to, because you can't think you're going to be sit over there all high and mighty.
And who's sitting where? And there's no high nor mighty, sir. The Pistons suck, the Lions suck, the Wings suck, the Tigers suck.
All right.
All right? There's no mighty anywhere.
And the Browns are bad, and the Indians are not sucking. So they're only one team that seems to know what's up that just can't get any revenue share. It's disappointing. I'm disappointed because this has been bad since the Delonte West scandal.
Oh, God.
When Delonte slept with LeBron's mom. We all know that it's true. All right. The Kyrie Irving situation, when you really look and dig into it and read what happened.
That was the first domino.
It was bad. That was the first of the demise.
That was the first domino of the worst stretch in Cavalier history.
Yes.
And there's been some stretches.
Yes. So it's bad. So now the great JB Bickerstaff is now the coach. So what?
Listen.
Let's just be bad.
This dude has been an interim coach like 4 different times.
All the time.
He's done it.
And he did he just get over like a heart attack or something, or stroke
I
or
don't
something?
know.
Like, this is bad.
Mr. Interim Coach.
Can we please blow it up? Like, please? Like, for real.
I thought it was already
season. No, when the season's over, Tristan, go. Love, go. But can we just be some no-name young guys?
Trey Love, buy out Tristan.
Do all of it. Let Drummond go.
Let the young guns
take over. Let the young guns take over, and let's operate
Garland
in mediocrity. Yep. And then change our jerseys to like a teal color and have a good like 10 or 15 years of just
I like the Ricky Davis jersey.
You like the
old
blue?
Yeah, the blue and black ones.
Oh no, my teal reference was to the Pistons. Remember they changed it to the teal and they were horrible. Let's just go teal. Michigan wins, yes, 60-52. But that's how I feel. It's just it's sick. Like Gilbert's horrible.
Yes.
Like the ownership is horrible.
Yes.
And it's always something bad. Like it's always the players have to insulate themselves with a coach and win despite the racism that exists in the organization. You
gotta hire.
How does this man keep a job? How does Beilein keep a job in the organization?
I don't know. You gotta hire a coach that transcends his owner, right? That creates his own aura. Right. That creates his own niche in that organization.
But here's the thing. Gilbert doesn't even say much. Like, this is the thing that why it makes it doubly worse for me is because he's not Jerry Jones. Like Jerry Jones is like, shh, please don't talk. Like don't Jerry, don't come in the locker room.
Yeah.
Don't answer questions. But like it's like this cloud that hovers over the organization. They hired a GM, they hired a coach, and he lets them do their business. Like he doesn't come out in the media and make comments until LeBron leaves and goes to Miami and he writes a letter.
Yeah.
Like, and then there's always these like subplot stories that are taking place that always come out.
Undercover butthead. Like I think he's like not in media wise, but to his players and the aura and the persona that he walks around in. Well, Will's around in now. The aura and the persona that he puts around his players. I think I
had to bring it again because it hit me the first time, but then as I kept thinking about it, it hit me harder. He wheels around.
He just has to learn how to remove himself from his organization. Owners, you just an owner. You got to learn that. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Like the Jump did a great thing. Just following the whole thing. Like he always tried to go for the unorthodox coach. Right. He wanted Izzo.
David Blatt. He wanted Izzo.
He always goes for unorthodox coaches. He doesn't go for the tried and true guy.
I get so frustrated.
When Griffin was there at the GM, like he always had to run things past him first. I always had to fight for the trades. When the Kyrie Irving, Paul George trade was they almost pulled that trigger. He nixed it. Like small stuff like that. It just mounds up to him just building a reputation as a bad owner. But like I said off camera, you got a chip. So you can rest on that for 16, a long time.
16, down 3-1.
Yeah, you can rest on that.
Yep, down 3-1. 56 years later. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly where I'm resting. I only talk about this because I have to. If I didn't have to talk about this, I would never talk about it.
Well, listen, let's pivot over to my home team. The Lions have been in the media.
Hey man,
last week.
They're I'm texting you in the morning, bro. They're in the national media.
They say the draft starts at 3, right?
Starts at 3.
We know where 1 is.
Let's
we know
go.
Where 2 is. The draft starts at 3.
And who's got the 3rd pick?
The Detroit Lions are on the clock. Boom, da-da-doom, da-da-doom.
Yeah, let's go Lions.
Oh man.
Forward downfield.
Tua's medical report came out, said he's getting healed. He's on pace.
God, with the medical report, he'll be fine.
He'll be good. He'll be able to throw before the draft if he chooses to, and all the other good stuff. Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah.
So now things are in the news. Do they trade Stafford? Do they let Stafford go? It's Tua the next one.
Oh,
draft Tua, let him sit, let him learn under Stafford. Stafford's cap number is less next year.
Come on.
You let Stafford run this year.
Come on.
You build his draft stock.
Oh, listen to it.
If you only got 3 wins in the end of 11 games, is it Tua time?
Is it Tua time?
It's becoming.
Do you trade Slay?
Listen, now the Slay piece is up. Slay, you gonna have to let him go. Like you have to trade Slay because you're not gonna pay him.
You're not gonna pay him.
You're not gonna pay him top corner money.
Yep. Not gonna pay him.
If he deserves top corner money is debated. But I ain't gonna count nobody's money.
She does not pay.
So just get what you can for
Mama Ford do not pay.
She don't pay.
Mm-mm.
So and then if we're going about the Patriot way ain't to pay either.
Nope.
Okay, so
they let their guys make commercials and meme whether or not they're coming back.
They let their guys leave, go make their money, and then come back and win championships.
Hey, so which one do you want though? Because the Lions let their guys leave and go win championships.
So
what are you gonna do, Dre?
They say they got something in the works with the Eagles for draft picks. I don't see them getting nothing more than the 2nd or 3rd for Slay.
Okay.
So you get what you can get because he ain't gonna resign. You're not gonna offer the money. He had a great run here the last 3-4 years. I was on his case his first 3-4 years, but he's a Pro Bowl corner. So thank you for your time in Detroit. Go win you a Super Bowl.
All right. That's what's gonna happen.
Go win you a Super
Slade's
Bowl.
gonna be a world champion within 3 years.
Right. Now on the quarterback tip, I'm on record saying I don't think Tua's the guy. Right.
I agree with you.
I'd rather get Trevor Lawrence, but while you got a short thing in front of you, when you know you can draft you a quarterback, I guess you draft you a quarterback. But I am thinking so highly of the Lions right now in this evaluation.
That's what I want to hear.
Is that they're just floating this information out there
for
the teams who really want a quarterback so they can get as much as they can. I feel like they're in bed with Stafford so hard they can't see past anything but Stafford.
Is that hope I hear?
So drafting Tua is not really high on their board. I think they want to accumulate as many assets as possible.
Okay.
So if you're the Dolphins at 5, or if you're the Chargers in the teens, and you really want Tua, you're gonna have to pay for him because now we had one of our people call Mel Kiper. Hey Mel, we throw you a couple $100,000 if you put Tua number 3 on your next mock draft.
Oh man!
Mel Kiper was like, all right, and let me tell you what my PayPal word.
Wow!
And then he dropped the 2.0.
Is that how it went down?
That's how I think things go.
Okay.
That's how I think things go. So now Miami sweating like, oh man, they got Tua going number 3. He was coming to us at 5.
Because Miami is relying on Mel Kiper's board, right?
There you go. Everybody relies
on Kiper's board. Okay.
So I think it's a strategic play to make people think that Tua is a Lion, so that way they can move up and Detroit can rake in the assets. Because I think they are so in bed with Stafford, like deeply entrenched in bed with Stafford, that they can't see themselves without him or grooming the next guy without him. These are people on record as to say that they are going to try to go to the playoffs next year. You can't do that with that controversy. If you're building New England NFC North, you should be without controversy as much as possible, right? If you draft Tua to sit behind Stafford, you're going to be on Hard Knocks next year. That's just what it's going to be, right? Because you fit all the criteria. You don't have a new coach. You didn't make the playoffs. Like, you fit the criteria. You're going to be on Hard Knocks.
Sir, Kobe says, so true about Tua. Lions in the driver's seat. They better not screw this up. That's the part I want to focus on because you have given a very interesting perspective to this. More than I expect, which means knowing you like I know you, you put a lot of thought into this. You're starting to go scenarios in your head.
This is what I hope the scenario is.
You what? I want to say it again. You do what?
This is what I hope the scenario is.
Ladies and gentlemen, hope has returned. I went through, listen, fans all across the land, listening to us right now, live or in podcast land. I went through an entire NFL season this year with minimal fun because this man disconnected himself
most
emotionally from the Lions.
Most definitely.
And he would not even allow me to get him charged up. Only thing that bugged him was my yelling about the Browns.
Listen.
He had more pleasure in my Browns going down than I did in his Lions being the same old Lions.
I watched 2 games almost all the way through this year.
I'm so disappointed. But now it sounds like you guys want to tune in, shameless plug, for our live NFL draft show. Especially about 30 minutes into the night.
It's gonna be real early.
It's early this year. On the number 3
ain't gotta wait till 9.
Because Kobe, you said it best. They better not screw this. Sir, I know, I hear you, but I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm sorry. I gotta troll this moment.
Zero hope.
Sir, I'm gonna tell you right now, they're gonna draft an outside linebacker. They're gonna draft an outside linebacker at 3, sir. They are going to do something so stupid at 3.
They're gonna trade the 3rd pick
They're
away.
probably gonna trade the 3rd pick away.
Get the 5th or 10th pick,
and then pick
an offensive lineman from Hawaii.
Yep. Exactly how this is gonna go. Oh, please tune in for our live NFL
like,
draft.
listen, we looked at all our options, and Kamichi
Oh,
Huma now looks like a great prospect.
Woo!
He did well in the MAC Pacific.
He rated high on our board. He rated high on our or he graded out the highest on our board.
Oh, man.
Sir, listen, I'm so happy to hear everything you're saying, but I feel so bad because I just don't have confidence in it. Because I honestly think, and we're both actually on record for saying the same thing, Tua is not the guy.
I don't think he is.
I don't believe in him like that. Hey, listen, if he turns out to be great,
sling that thing.
We're open to taking it.
It is what it is. If he becomes the Lions savior, sling that thing. I'm with it.
And he'll be with it. Okay.
I eat all the crow.
No problem.
None.
I just don't see it, bro.
I'm
sorry. I don't see it. And listen, hey, maybe Joe Burrow falls to 3 because now he's all of a sudden quoted by saying,
I got all the leverage. Get out of here, kid.
Maybe he's about to say
get drafted by who you get drafted by.
Yeah, he might say I'm not playing. He might pull off an Eli Manning.
He ain't got the clout.
No,
he ain't a Manning.
Pretty much. Well said. Yep.
You're gonna go to Cincinnati. I liked Mel Kiper's explanation on that. It was like, Cincinnati ain't one of those franchises like Detroit or Cleveland. Right. Yep. They had Boomer Esiason. They went to Super Bowls. They had Carson Palmer. They went to the playoffs. They had Anthony Dalton. They went to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they're not like this destitute team that just can't get right. They just have lulls every once in a while, just like any other franchise. And right now, now's their time to get a number one draft.
They seem to get franchise quarterbacks like every
10 years.
8 to 10 years. Like better than most teams actually. Yeah. Like they've had a string of like guys that kind of carried them a little bit, minus the kid, the black guy out of Oregon. That was horrible.
Who's that?
The two-way player, not two-way, but the dual threat kid out of Oregon years ago.
He started?
Black kid, drafted number 1 or 2, I think, in the draft. Somebody help me out that's listening. But there was a quarterback who came out of, I believe it was Oregon, and he did not.
Before Palmer?
I believe, yeah, before Carson Palmer, he didn't do very well. Let me look him up real quick. I'm showing my age here for sure because I don't.
Okay. Well, I like trivia. I try to play the on Get Up. They do the little trivia segment where they try like the one of the producer guys try to stump.
Yeah.
The panelists. So today's trivia question was because they was getting ready to do a Pat Mahomes segment. Mm-hmm. So the trivia question today was who was the youngest quarterback to ever win consecutive Super Bowls? So off the top of your head, who you think it is?
Youngest quarterback to ever win consecutive Super Bowls?
Yeah. So that's a short list, right?
It's a short list. It hasn't happened a lot. I'm gonna go with
So I had a choice, and then the guy, my customer who was there, he had his choice.
Okay.
He went with Bradshaw.
I'm going with Aikman.
And I went with I didn't even go with nobody. I said Steve Young, but even though I know Steve Young was in his 30s when he went back. But it was Aikman.
Hey! It was Aikman. All right. Nice. There it is. Akili Smith.
Akili Smith.
Yep. Akili Smith, sir. Akili Smith. Played 11 games that year, and then he turned over to Scott Mitchell. And then it went back to Jet. And then went to Kitna with Akili being the backup. Akili was the third stringer.
Kitna wasn't no punk either.
No,
Kitna was all right.
They always have like a kind of a legit guy. Akili Smith is the last guy I remember that was not the greatest.
Gotcha.
That didn't last much.
Yeah. I think Joe will do good. I think Joe will do good with these nice young pieces with Mixon and Ross. You figure that AJ Green will be out, they'll give him a chance to go win somewhere else. Mm-hmm. But with the nice young core that they have, I feel like Joe will be able to.
Yeah, I think he'll do all right.
They're in a good
now
division.
The North will be a tough division.
Oh, okay. But so I'm hoping that the Lions are blowing smoke.
Okay.
To move the pick to gain more assets.
And as we get closer, you'll tell me, you'll be able to say how you want that to look.
Yeah. I got to do my draft stuff. I got to do my stuff because now they're talking this. It's a second round quarterback that I got to look at. So Let's see what he, black kid, so I'm gonna see.
Okay.
I think his last name is Love. So I gotta look at his tape, see what he do, see if I like it. So let's see if the second round quarterback can do what it do. But you definitely gotta get a quarterback in the second or third round.
Quarterback in Detroit.
Yeah, But yeah, I gotta do my due diligence. But I hope this is smoke. I hope this is just garnering enough, smoke to where somebody's bites.
Willing to bite and give you and back up the truck.
Right. Because going from 3 to 5 ain't that bad, right? If you're Miami and you really want Tua, you swap picks and you give them your 2 for that, same draft. So now you got 2 second round picks. You only move back 2 spaces so you can take
Frank Homa. Yep. Take the 20th pick. You bring him at the 5. You'll draft someone that doesn't deserve.
Pick.
He deserves to be picked at 20. You guys will pick.
Detroit Lions are like, whoa, okay, this guy's not even in the draft room. He wasn't even invited to the draft room.
That's how it goes every year.
Let's go live to see. Oh no, we don't have a camera there either. Nobody. He's a day 2 guy.
Oh man. Oh, you want to tune in, please. I'm telling y'all, draft night live right here. Check us out.
Here goes the tape. Well, he was decent hands, great skill set for his size. Downfalls is he's a project, You know how they be talking about these cats. You know what I'm saying?
Sir, listen, before the draft happens, we got to make sure you post a string of clips.
He played in the MAC Pacific, so it's not a lot of pass rushers. It's not it's not a lot of great
MAC Pacific
competition going on there.
Who plays in the MAC Pacific besides Hawaii?
Just
Hawaii.
Polynesian people. I don't know.
The MAC is like Central Michigan, Miami, Ohio. Oh my God! We are gonna release clips prior to. We're gonna make sure Dre's the video guy.
This is pure Lions.
Want to see this?
It's pure Lions. That's what the Lions are gonna do.
Oh
God! He's not even in the draft room. He's sitting in the stands. Here he comes down. Here he comes down the stands. How does it feel to be here? I didn't even know I was going to be drafted. And you just skipped over all this generational talent, that I gotta watch play us and beat us for the next 10 years.
I don't know who the other 2 people are.
Aaron Donald.
In this chat, say something. Let us know who you are. Tiffany, we know you're there, but this is hilarious.
Yeah, that's where I go.
All right.
Let's move on to something more positive. The All-Star Weekend.
Yes.
All-Star Weekend. I can say for myself that I enjoyed it very, very much. Yeah. One of the best All-Star weekends, I think. I actually watched a little bit of the Celebrity Game, which was okay, but it's never really the highlight. And then I watched a little bit of the U.S. versus the World. Did you see any of that? With Zion and Josh?
I did watch the official clips on and I watched some of it. I DVR'd it, so I watched some of it. Fast forwarded through some of it just to get to the good parts, but entertaining by far. Yeah, definitely entertaining.
Yep.
Zion is and Ja. Oh God, the future's bright.
Luka
looked good. I mean, it was good.
If I was Luka, I would have said it.
RJ, I would too.
I like your pass.
But I get it. He's
him and Trae Young. Like, why are y'all playing in that game?
They're having a good time.
Like,
they're enjoying
y'all
it.
Legit all-stars. Yeah. Like, that's beneath you. That's what I would have said. Like, I'm not playing it. Let some other, kid that wanted to play in that game. Let them take your spot.
Oh, come on. The world team needed some help.
I guess. But, it's beneath. I'm a real all-star. You guys, you're just here.
It's all about the experience. It's all about the experience.
All right, so let's get Saturday and Sunday, man. Skills competition lit.
The big man.
3-point competition was lit. Dunk contest was lit. Like, it was a good Saturday.
Absolute travesty in the dunk contest.
Yo.
We don't have to, travesty.
Travesty. Listen,
robbed.
Dwayne Wade is the worst judge in the history of judges.
Right.
Let me tell you, when that third 9 came, I screamed through your house.
You did. Got up and walked.
I don't even
out
know if it hit you like it hit me.
No, I had to do the math. I was still sitting there going,
oh man, because I knew my man had 2 9s, right?
Okay.
So I was like, okay, so at least if he get 2
3.
9s, it's a tie,
okay.
right?
See, I missed that. So I had to figure out, like, wait, did what I just think happened? I had to wait till they put the 2 scores side by side.
Man.
Like, oh.
Yeah, when he tried to dunk from the free throw line, Candace and Chadwick gave him 2 9s. I was like, okay, so as long he about to dunk over Taco, this should be a 50.
50.
It should be like 50, even if his leg clipped him a little bit.
50, Kimmy.
Like that's 6 7. And you clipped him.
6. Yep.
So really you jumped over a 7-3 guy instead of a 7-6 guy, right? Yep. You still jumped over a whole Negro.
Yeah.
Like you did that thing.
Yes.
50, so the first 9 popped up, I'm like, oh, you vote for that, D-Wade. And then Chadwick's 9, and then Pippen's 9 popped up. I was like, I was like, did he just lose the dunk contest by jumping over Taco, bro? He lost it.
Like everybody in the gym was like, this guy right here,
bro,
jump over him.
Bro.
Like the crowd pretty much picked your prop.
His face, bro. When my man, the announcer, threw it up, so it was a beautiful alley-oop. He said, what is taking so long with this score? And it was like, bang, bang, bang. He was like, not again. Like, oh my God, not again. Not like he was having nightmares.
Right.
Awake. Not again.
Yep.
This can't be happening again. I screamed through your house. I did laps through your house.
Yep.
Because that was so wrong.
Travesty. Straight, like, unbelievable. Like, I'm kind of still shocked. Like, I went back and watched it again, and I'm like, how did they do this to him? And I picked the guy to win from Miami. Yeah. Like, that was my pick. But after what we saw, and let's first of all point out that it was an amazing contest.
Yeah, good contest.
But come on, NBA, just bring 2 trophies, because it's getting to the point now where the stuff that these guys do is just
took a picture with 1 trophy.
Yeah,
and
like
just mailed him another one.
Just come on, man. But did you hear that the day after what the explanation was? That I think D-Wade gave another explanation, not the one he gave on TNT, which we both saw together. Mm-hmm. So they were intentionally trying to give the same score.
Yes. And
they messed up.
He messed it up on purpose.
He said that they messed up by mistake.
No. There wasn't no mistake.
They were trying to force the tie.
Yes.
And he messed.
Yes.
And there was miscommunication between him
who was going to give the 9.
Who was going to give the 9.
Yeah. No miscommunication. I feel like he cheated, bro. And nobody want to say he cheated. I feel like they knew who was giving the 9s. They knew Chadwick and Pitt was giving the 9s, right? And D-Wade was like, okay, we all gonna give 10s. And he was like, nah. I feel like he did that on purpose.
D-Wade would do
so that? His Miami brother can win the slam dunk contest, bro.
You think he would do that?
I think he did it on purpose, bro. I think he did it. Because it was the same thing. Like, yo, we gonna make the league figure this out, because we just gonna keep giving the same score. My man got 2 9s, so somebody gotta give out these 2 9s. Let's keep like
keep if
it's a 50, it's a 50. Be a 50. Like it either should have been a tie or Aaron Gordon should have won.
I agree.
That was the only 2 outcomes.
We agree.
Aaron Gordon losing is not a justifiable outcome.
It's not.
After you jump over Taco.
I agree.
And Taco, and he didn't even know he was going to get jumped over.
No, he did not. Taco did not come dressed to get jumped over. Taco had no idea he was going to get jumped over. At this point, they were improvising, and the crowd was like, jump over Taco.
And all seriousness, too, man, my man from Miami, he kept doing it. He went through his legs like 8 times. How many times you going to go through your legs?
And the dunk from the foul line, he missed the foul line by
a foot. I mean, Aaron Gordon should have won off the side of the backboard, the cuff 360 slam. Because that was the nicest one of the night.
Woo!
And he went between the legs, reverse back with 2 hands.
Woo!
Like,
he should have won.
He had heat there. Like, when they went to the second overtime and he took his shoes off, like, bro, I got 5 50s in a row.
5 50s in a row.
Like, I shouldn't have to dunk no more. Like, I ain't got no more dunks. I got 5. It should be cumulative at this point, right? I got 5 50s. You shouldn't, but I digress. But it made it better, right? The drama, the pageantry, it made Saturday dope, which led us to Sunday. If you didn't understand the rules, they dumbed it down for you. They simplified it for you. Every quarter was its own game. The scores were, they had a second scoreboard up top to show you that everything was adding up. But you win the round, your charity gets money. I think having the kids on the sideline took it to a whole nother level. Let those guys know who they were playing for, what they were playing for, that it was bigger than them.
Yeah.
And
they battled too.
First
quarter went to Team LeBron.
LeBron popped them.
Giannis popped them in that second boy. Giannis had like 20 out of 24. They popped them in that second quarter.
It was a huge deficit. And then that fourth quarter, man, it was like I wanted to see like what the lineups were going to be. We was talking about it before, like who's playing. So they pretty much played the starters. But on Giannis, Lowry got the start instead of Trae Young.
And then CP3
got the start.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, they going with the veteran point guard, the floor general. Yeah. I'm like, okay. But they played the whole quarter.
They played the whole fourth quarter. It was good to see. It was good to watch. And I mean, they went at it. Like I was like, all the dunks was going, all the alley-oops was going. It was basketball. It was like but what the All-Star game is technically was supposed to be the ultimate pickup game.
Yep, absolutely. That was so much fun to watch. I actually was watching it and dozed in the third quarter, and then we picked it back up, and then my stupid Xfinity remote was fast forwarding because I was watching it behind so I could like slowly catch up, not to watch commercials. Then my remote just started fast forwarding and it wouldn't stop. So then it goes all the way through to the end of the game. Thankfully, I didn't see who won, and I finally had to go all the way back to the middle of the fourth quarter. But when it started going nuts, man, LeBron and them were still down 10 or 11.
Yeah.
They not only did they win this game, they went on a run to win that game.
Yeah.
Because for a minute there, they came out
knocking them down,
bro. They came out third quarter and Team Giannis was getting it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wait a minute, Team Giannis go win? Then they come back to tie the third quarter. So they push the money into the fourth. And then they go ahead and make up that score.
Yep, 24.
They chasing to get to 24. And I'm like.
So it was 24 for Giannis, but it was really like 35.
It was 35 or something like that. And they go nuts in the fourth quarter. And then at the end, the intensity level. All the yelling in the screen at the refs. Giannis on LeBron, the offensive fouls.
Man.
I'm
challenging the buckets.
Yeah, I'm like,
they try to do everything.
And the coaches are in it. I'm like, I like it, and I loved it and enjoyed every moment of it.
Yeah, I liked it when Vogel's call. I was like, what would Vogel do? Like, what would you do? Like I was like, I'll give Kawhi the 3, but then I was like, okay, well, it makes sense to cause the switch and then give it to AD.
Give it to AD down low, cause the foul. AD misses the first one on purpose, was what he said.
Right.
I don't know about that, but he knocked the second one down.
Yeah, but it was good. I mean, the alley-oop to Chris Paul.
That was
the putback dunk by Booker.
Yes, we saw some ups from some people.
Yeah, that was
some reminders.
It was some good moments. Kyle Lowry, you live by the charge, you die by the charge. But
good for you, Kyle.
It was one of the best ones. Great homage to Kobe Bryant. I hope they keep this format moving forward. I hope this isn't just like a one-off, just in dedication to Kobe. I hope they keep this format moving forward, and I hope the All-Stars coming up really care about this moving forward.
Yeah.
And I want to, it was a lot of thanking going on to the NBA commissioner, because he is a really forward-thinking guy. I think he's one of the best commissioners in all the sports, and he did a great job of just making sure all the little nuances was great. The Jennifer Hudson thing was great. One night it was go crazy for Kobe, and the next one it was a moment of silence.
Good job, Magic.
I think it all had great touches to it, and then named an award after Kobe, so his legacy, and just another stamp on his legacy that moves on. So it was great, man. I think it was 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
You can't say that about a lot of All-Star games.
Yeah, the Saturday nights have been pretty good in the past, and this dunk contest was good, 3-point was good. The whole weekend was good. Good job, NBA. Good job, Chicago. I did want to point out, you took a little shot at me on Saturday night. Yep, you've been known to do that at times. You took a little shot at me and pointed out how, my greatest of all time doesn't do anything. Doesn't ever talk.
How's that? Come on, bro. That's not a shot at you.
Oh, you looked over at me and said, how is this your greatest of all time? And he doesn't do it. You made it personal. And
it didn't mean to be that personal.
Thank you, Mike, for showing up in the montage at the beginning.
Come on, bro.
And sharing your 2 cents.
That don't count, bro.
It was Chicago.
That don't count.
Back where you were.
He should have been in the building.
I appreciate it.
He should have been not in some pre-tape thing that he did 3 months ago.
Hey, he's an owner. He's got things to do. He's running a team.
It's All-Star. You ain't got no All-Stars.
Your
team is garbage.
Greatest of all time.
Okay? But, I
just want to point that out.
I'm just saying.
Let's just leave it.
Don't you think? I'm just asking. I'm not trying to throw no shade. Don't you think it would be nice to have the greatest player of all time more prevalent in the game as is? Like more access to him.
That is a different question than what you asked me the other night. And to answer your question tonight, yes, it would be nice. I agree. It would be nice.
I can't win. I don't understand. I don't understand how that's a shot. I don't really understand how that's a shot.
You're asking a different question.
What was the question the other day?
It wasn't a question the other day. It was more of a statement.
Okay, what was the statement?
This is your greatest of all time.
Yeah.
How is he the greatest of all time? Don't you want a greatest of all time that does something? He doesn't do anything.
True. Okay, I agree with.
All right,
I agree with previous me as well.
You were throwing shade.
I agree with current me, and I agree with previous me.
So your current me question to answer is yes. I would like.
Isn't it disappointing that your greatest of all time don't want to do nothing for the league? Don't want to talk to nobody. Don't want to get no interviews. Don't want to bring up the next generation. He just want to sit on a pedestal and hope nobody sniffs his jockstrap. He just want to sit up there, hold up his 6 little fingers, and just say, well, ain't nobody got 6. Ain't nobody touch me yet.
We're not gonna be that.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't do that.
Ain't it upsetting?
Don't do that.
That he is not more prevalent in the game that made him famous.
Listen to all you Michael Jordan fans out there. Please continue to listen to our show. I don't know why he's feeling this.
I'm asking the question. It's your generation. You love him. He's up there for you. Kobe gave back. He's with the next generation of talent. Worked out with guys. Gave bits and tidbits to move the game along, to help the game progress. LeBron James works out with guys. Got a school. Giving back. Giving money. All charities. Focal points, the face of the league. Mike competed, and then he left. And you don't really hear nothing from him.
That's what you did back
then. People yearn for more from him, and he doesn't give it to you.
Okay,
I gave you Space Jam, and I'm out.
That's what you do back then. Back then was you retired, and you went and retired. Where is Karl Malone?
What have you been talking about? Charles Barkley on TV every day. You pick 2 of the most reclusive people of all time.
That's
Come on, bro.
He owns a team. That is 2 guys. They've been on TT forever. This dude owns a team. Bro. He's giving back to the community of Charlotte. Let him do what he does. Hey, we thank LeBron and Kobe for changing how our superstars act. Thank you guys for being trailblazers and changing how the great ones do in the community. Thank you, because it wasn't like that prior to. Many of the guys from that era are not in the community doing a lot. Some are still. Some have gone on to do things. Larry Bird was a vice president of basketball.
I'm not talking about.
He's an owner.
These guys. I'm talking about the guy in the era. The other 2 guys in the era have given back.
He owns a team.
Okay.
He owns a team. He's helping the community of Charlotte. No, I don't need him vocal and building all those things.
All right, listen, I didn't want this to be a Jordan taking shot moments, but
you made it that.
You made it that.
I just all I did was point out how you threw some shade.
I didn't see that.
And so I responded, and you disqualified it by saying that wasn't nothing. And then you started adding what you would like to see him do.
I would like to know more. I would like to see more.
I didn't ask you to share that.
Okay.
You shared
All
that.
right, okay. And you agreed with me.
I agreed that
You agreed
it would
with
be
me.
nice to see him do more. Yes.
You agreed with me.
It'll be nice.
So I'm not. It's not as far fetched as you would like to make it
Does
seem.
he need to? No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
I asked, would you like to?
Yes, I would.
Don't change my question.
Okay, I'm not. But you're taking it further.
I'm not taking it further. You
By
agreed
adding
with
all
it.
of these things in.
Because you're trying to attack me for no reason. Because my first initial response wasn't deemed as an attack. Just because you took it that way, I apologize.
Okay.
That you took my before as an attack. It didn't mean to come up that way. But if you want to come for me, I'm gonna come for your idols. Okay, I will come for them. I don't care how wrong I am. We can discuss how wrong I am off camera. But for right now, they go get it. This is what it is. All right. Our sponsors here at Academy Sports Show. Is that all you got? We got anything else?
I got nothing else.
Nothing. What's upcoming?
I
want to see the Wilder fight.
Like so the Wilder fight this weekend, right? Saturday
I need somebody
night.
to jailbreak my fire stick.
I think I might have it, so you might be able to do that.
Okay.
And then, not breaking news, but new updated news. Additional playoff teams added to the NFL playoffs, and possible 17th game coming.
Yep.
So now you'll have a new playoff format. Wild card weekend will now be 3 games in each league, with only the top seed getting the one seed getting the bye. So that's new. And of course, you got spring training starting, so you got all that drama that is the Major League Baseball right now. And we're heading into this little doldrums of the NBA. Now teams are going to start vying for those spots as we get closer and closer to
the buyout market,
the month of April. So the buyout market's coming up,
making the Clippers into the deepest team in the league.
There you go. So you got that happening, and ladies and gentlemen, it's almost March. So Combine happens at the end of February, and then March happens, and so
madness.
March Madness is coming. So we got some things coming up to help us get through. Maybe we talk a little XFL one day if they just keep having controversial weekends, because the play is so. But hey, Matt McLaughlin likes to talk about his team and the open mics, and it creates drama. So sure, we might have something to talk about. Thanks, Kobe. Kobe says, "Smooth boy, it's always a good time."
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate the updates, man.
Yeah.
All right, well, keep a wrap on that. Who you got? You got Fury or Wilder?
Wilder.
I think I'm gonna go Fury.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Wilder.
I think Wilder's feeling himself a little too
and
much.
I think he has every right to.
I mean, if you look at his eyes, I don't think he believes.
You don't think so?
I don't think he believes. I think Fury believes more. Like I look at the belief in his face. I've been wrong before. Trust me. If he goes down, he goes down. But I believe Fury more.
I think that it's easier for Fury to look believable right now because you lost. Well, okay. So at the end of the day,
because he got knocked down twice. Don't mean it was a tie.
Right? Okay, but at the end of the day, I think that it does. Who has more to prove? Fury does. Who's the underdog? Fury is. So I think it's easier for Fury to come in and look like the hungry guy. I think if you're Wilder, you got to look like you're chilling and like a villain, and it's just another fight. But we know it's not. But still, I mean, if you're Wilder, you're playing the role you're playing. If you're Fury, you look like you should be hungry. You're the guy trying to get the belt.
Yeah.
I'm going with Wilder.
Okay.
So we'll see.
We'll see. All right. We always gotta find something to.
Yep.
To something be opposite of.
Yes.
We can't leave on a harmonious. All right. So we love our sponsors here at Academy Sports Show. AcademySportsShow@gmail.com is the email if you want to get in contact with us. One of our sponsors being Mike Vaughn's Plumbing. Vaughn's Plumbing provides top quality services at great prices. Whether it's getting up the whole cold, waterproofing, or daily home services, call the man.
313-304-7786.
VaughnsPlumbing.com. Also gives great. Okay. All right. Thank you. Also gives a map of all the areas that they service, as well as the air as well as the services that they provide. But we suggest you call the man
313-304-7786
because he is the real MVP.
And don't forget, if you are still working on your New Year's resolution and you're having a little aches and pains in your body, well, there's some folks that you can call to get that taken care of. Hit up the folks at Be Well Massage Therapy for their New Year New Client Special. All new clients will receive an additional 15 minutes added to their massage services if you book between January 1 and February 29th. So you got about 10 days remaining. You want to hit them up at 313-472-5048. Again, that's 313-472-5048. And they can give you all their services that they provide, or you can email them at bewellmassagetherapy@outlook.com. Again, that's bewellmassagetherapy@outlook.com. New year, new client special. Check them out as soon as possible. Only 10 days remaining. Hey, when you call them, let them know that the fellas from Academy Sports Show sent you, and let them know that we just want you to be well.
You know it. All right. So make sure you subscribe to all our avenues of ways to get in touch with us. Facebook and Instagram, both SoundCloud and iTunes are a way to listen to the show, as well as YouTube. We stress that you guys follow YouTube and click that bell for the notification. And we will see you next week. On behalf of myself, Andre Douglas, Joel Williams.
Hey, have a great week. Enjoy the fight, and we will see you guys next time.
Adios.